If I'm telling you I grew up in a crack house, yeah, what makes you think that meditation is going to be my first outlet to dealing with being raised in a crack house? Maybe we'll meet at a bar. We'll drive a funky car. Maybe and fall so deeply in love. He'll tell me I'm the one, and we will have so much fun. Hello, guys. Welcome to a podcast I call As Your Big Sister with your host, me, Asia, my queen. A podcast that gives you big sister advice from a big sister who wished she had a big sister because, wow, I would have been a badder B word. A badder B word. Yeah. But here we are, episode 168. Oh, I remember when it was just yesterday where I was having a nervous breakdown in my car and I was like, who am I? Where do I belong? And I was like, let's start a podcast. Should I have just, maybe went to therapy? Yeah. But, here we are. 168 episodes. Yeah. How are you guys doing today? Good. I am doing amazing. Today is day 1 of my sobriety journey. I may regret saying this to you guys, but I do want to be held accountable. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get on here next episode, eyes red as hell. You get what I'm saying? Forgetting what I'm talking about half the damn time. I want to be held accountable of my sobriety. And I don't want nobody dragging me in the comments. I don't want nobody talking about some, wait, well, I thought you was sober and you were supposed to, hey. But I want somebody to be like, hey, girl, remember what you said on episode 168? What's going on? What's happening? Are you okay? That's the thing. Mother effers don't be asking me if I'm okay enough. And the answer is no. Oh my God, that reminds me. One night, me and my partner were riding in the car, right? She's driving. I don't do the driving. I'm a girl. Stop. My partner and I were riding in the car. It's late at night. And I was like, hey, let me get on the aux. And I put on this song called Blue Slides by Schoolboy Q. And if you know that song, it's very dark. And midway through the song, she looks over at me and she's like, are you okay? And I got mad. I was like, no, whatever made you think that I was, I'm just doing my best out this B word. Yeah, I'm just doing my best. But no, are you? And if the answer is yes, how are you? How are you okay? Like, how are you okay? How can you let me know? And the answer might be like, I don't know, 2 active parents, because it's really a mother effort when both of your parents are 15. How are you 15 and I'm 30? How are you 15 years old and I'm 30, Mom, Dad? But my therapist said, come up with a saying where it's almost like it is what it is. She's like, every time you're trying to figure something out that don't make sense, just let it go. But come up with a saying that symbolizes you letting it go. And I came up with, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Our last session, I was crying to her about how, I just don't understand why certain things are the way that they are. Like, why doesn't my mom love me? Why doesn't my dad love me in the way that I need them to as a parent? And she was telling me, she was like, some things just don't make sense. And when she said that, I just bursted out crying. And she was, allowing me to do so. And I told her, I was like, I just always needed that answer. I think a lot of times people try to give us the answers to our problems, and sometimes there's no answers. Sometimes it's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's just how it happened. But anyways, it's been a good day. It's been a good day. I woke up early, rebraided the front of my hair. It's what is it? What is it? Something in the front and party in the back. Like, I don't know what's going on back here, but it's none of my business. It's none of my business. I'm just responsible for what y'all see. So if y'all going around looking at the back of my head, that's you. That's you. But it's been a beautiful day. It's sunny outside in a good way. Like, we got really good weather out here in Arizona, because in about 2.2 seconds, it's about to be 145,000 degrees, which is why I need to hurry up and get some air conditioning in my car. Yeah. I got to get that fixed very soon, because I cannot be walking around here another summer without air conditioning, baby. We can't do it. We cannot do it. Not again. Not again. The way when I would get to every destination, I was musty. It was just a 20-minute drive and I'm musty. Was smelling good when I got in the car, but when I got out, I was musty. How does that work? But it's a beautiful day. I was thinking about how, we complain a lot about being adults and, adult responsibilities and all those fun things. But I really enjoy being an adult. I enjoy the freedom I have. I enjoy the control I have over my life. I enjoy saying cuss words and facing no consequences. I love being able to be like, fuck, and nobody gets me in trouble for that. Like, ever since I was a kid, I always dreamt of being able to say cuss words. I always thought people who cussed a lot were really funny, very descriptive, told great stories. If you're telling a story and you don't say, this bitch or fuck or shit or dick or what are we doing? I don't understand. What are we doing? I love cuss words so much. It feels so good in my mouth. Oh, pause. I remember the first time I said a cuss word. It was in the third grade. I was at school on the basketball court, and I was with my friends, my homegirl, Brittany Bennett. Shout out to Brittany Bennett, bitch. Like, that's, till the day I die, that's my girl. I know I ain't seen you since 6th grade, but I love you. I love you down. We were in the trenches together, baby. We used to live in the Orangewood Terraces apartments, right? That's where I met her. I think we were in the 2nd grade at the time. My family was messed up. I'm talking about drugs up the ass, baby. I don't know what was going on with her parents, but I know her mother was dying. And I remember us really bonding. I was going to say over poverty, but we were just the outcasts at school because our upbringing wasn't the best. When you're a kid, you could peep the other kid that's going through similar things as you, and that was Brittany Bennett. I love her. But she was such a good cusser. She was so good at cussing. And I remember I used to just watch her cuss and I was like, damn, like, she good as hell. She really good at doing this. Like, how do you put those cuss words together? Because when you first start cussing, like, it don't really make sense like that. But hers made sense. She put the words together so perfectly. And I remember just watching her and listening to her cuss, and I used to just love it. That was honestly one of the reasons why I loved hanging out with her, because she would just cuss so much. And like I said, we were in the 2nd grade. So the next year, I took it out for a spin. Like I said, we were on the basketball court. It was our friends. It was me and my friends. We were in the circle, and my homegirl told me about a girl that's talking stuff behind her back. So I told my homegirl, I said, fuck that bitch. And I remember that very feeling. I was like, oh my God, this feels so good. I'm never going to stop this. I feel so free when I say these words. Fuck, bitch. Oh my God. And it never stopped. It never stopped. From that day forward, it's always been fuck that bitch. You know what I mean? It's always been like, eat my ass, Like, it's always been like, fuck off, Like, oh. But of course, I couldn't say cuss words at home. Like, in my household, stupid was a cuss word. I remember my mom used to hear us calling each other stupid and dumb, and used to hear her go, hey, 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 hey. So I used to save my cuss words for school. Oh, baby. I was a cussing motherfucker. From 8 years old. So I've been cussing for 21 years. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. Moving on. Today's hot topic has nothing to do with celebrities. It's about me. It's about me, my family, and what happened at my cousin's baby shower a little over a month ago. Are you guys ready? My cousin's best friends threw a baby shower for her. Beautiful. Oh my God. The theme was baby in bloom. So there were a lot of flower decorations. It was so beautiful. I walk in and I see my dad. And, it's not that me and my dad don't have a relationship. We just have one of those relationships to where, like, how do you say this? Like, when you run into your dad, or, and it feels like you're running into your high school friend that used to kick it with in PE class. That's the kind of relationship we have. Like, if I could run into him and be like, oh my God, you have a new haircut. Oh my God, I didn't know you got your lip pierced. Like, it's like one of those things. So I get there, I see my dad, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know you were coming. And, I was really happy to see him. My siblings were there, my sister, my brothers, my cousins, my cousin's friends, like everybody. Like, I'm talking about my great aunt was there, my great aunt that I haven't seen in so long. Some of my cousin's friends. Like, it was just a really great turnout. Until my dad calls me and my siblings over, and he's like, hey, come over, guys. Like, I want to take some pictures. The deadbeat dad that needs to take pictures to post on Facebook to, this is my legacy. Because me and my siblings, we're all fine. Like, fine as hell, right? So, like, it's a good look for you to be captured with us, and for you to say that you contributed to our existence, right? And I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all, because, baby, you were there, but you weren't at the same time. And you're going to get all the credit. Oh, wow, you raised some beautiful kids. And he going to be like, thank you guys. Oh my God, thank you. Knowing you ain't done shit in so fucking long. My nigga dipped out when I was 16, 15. So then I had to step up because my siblings, because the youngest sibling is 8 years younger than me, right? So there was an 8-year-old, two 8-year-olds, a 9, 10-year-old, and a 12, 13-year-old under me. So there was still work to fucking do. And this nigga left, not in the right mind. Addiction played a huge part, but that's what happened. So you gonna be taking all these pictures and getting all the credit? I digress. So as we're taking these pictures, I hear my dad going, oh, 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 and he's walking forward and passes out and literally starts snoring. And I feel like everybody was like looking at me to do something. I'm the oldest sibling, it's our job to take care of everything. So I screamed to my partner, give me my phone, give me my phone, give me my phone, so I could call 911. Get a hold of an operator, which is kind of crazy. I haven't called 911 in a long time. But there's like a wait time. And I'm like, wait, hold on. They're like, wait after this beep. And I was like, wait, what? What do you mean wait? They're talking about some enjoy the music while no, I'm joking. But like, I was really, really, really scared. Especially like my dad is literally snoring and I am listening to music on the phone trying to get a hold of an operator to get somebody out here to help my dad. So they finally send somebody out. 2, 3 firefighters show up. And one of the firefighters is giving me this look. One of them's asking the questions. The other one is giving me a look. One of them is asking me, hey, what's his medical history? And I'm letting them know that he's had a stroke before. And my dad's trying to downplay it and I'm cussing his ass out. Shut the fuck up, nigga. This is literally my cousin's baby shower. And this is what's happening. You shut the hell up. Okay. So I'm answering the questions and I'm looking at the other firefighter and you could tell he's trying to tell me this has nothing to do with a stroke. Yeah. This has nothing to do with a stroke or any medical issues. It's either alcohol or some type of drugs. Like I could just read the guy's face. Like he's looking at me like the cap. Not like not saying that I'm lying, but he's looking at me like, I hope you know that this is from his doing. Right? So, as we get my dad together, my siblings are kind of a little uneasy, right? A couple days later, my siblings are texting me and they're telling me how they feel, and all of them are reacting a little differently. I text one of my brothers and I'm asking him how he's doing, and he's like, I'm doing good. Why? I'm not one to pry. I'm not one to try to put a feeling on you. So if you're saying that you're okay, then, I want you to be okay. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be a situation where you're not. So like, I'm okay. You say you're okay. And, 2 of my other siblings are texting me, telling me that they're having a hard time. As your big sister, there's no right way to deal with the things that have happened to you. And I really want us to be easier on ourselves when we are dealing with bullshit that is no fault of our own. Our parents will put us through hell and back. our ex or our friend, and we will blame ourselves for how we're dealing with it because someone else seemed to have dealt with similar things in a better way. So not only are you hurt by what had happened, right? Not only are you hurt by what had happened, but you are also shaming yourself for how you are reacting to what had happened. Life is hard enough. You don't need to be hard on yourself as well. You know, life is going to tell you you're not good enough at times. Life is going to tell you you're not skinny enough sometimes. Life is going to tell you you're not fat enough. Life is going to tell you you're not thick enough sometimes. It's going to tell you you're not light enough. You're not dark enough. You're not straight enough. You're not gay enough. I don't know about the gay enough, but you are going to hear that you aren't enough in some sort of way. Don't join the party. Yeah, don't join them. You've got to be on your own side. So the things that you are dealing with, allow yourself to deal with it in the way that you know how. And of course, seek out help. Of course, try to find healthier ways to deal with some of the things that you have faced. But shaming yourself isn't going to help. Comparing yourself to the next person that has faced the same things that you have faced isn't going to help. So saying, well, she went through a breakup in the same way that I did, and look at what she did with that trauma. Why couldn't I have done that? Because you didn't. And you're also different. And I think that's what I've learned from having so many siblings and so many cousins. Like, we have seen a lot of the same things, but we have taken it and done something different with what we've seen. And of course, some of us could do better. But again, the shame thing is not going to help. The comparison game is not going to help. Your mind isn't going to be like, oh, why aren't you like her? Why aren't you smart enough or driven enough like her? Your mind isn't going to be like, okay, then let's do it. If you see someone that has came through on the other side of something very similar to what you have been through, and you're like, wow, they took all this bullshit and they've transformed it into something beautiful, I can do that too. You see how that language is so much different than why was she able to react this way and I couldn't? You know, when that shit happened with my dad, I just knew that I had people to protect. You know, and those people happened to be my siblings. You know, I knew I had people to protect. So that's the mode that I got into. I got into like mama bear mode. And I'm so proud of myself for being able to take care of shit, right? I'm so proud of myself to have taken that situation and get people in line, you know, because usually I'd crumble. You know, the slightest inconvenience, oh, I crumble, baby. I'm no superwoman. And I don't plan to ever be. But I knew that that was a time that was calling me to keep it together. You know, because I'm also someone that I don't keep things in. I don't bottle things up, right? So even though you think that I'm together, I'm going to go home and I'm going to decompress. I'm going to get it out somewhere. That's why I work out a lot. That's why I journal a lot. That's why I talk a lot. I got to get it out. So I'm going to get it out. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I knew at that time I had to be the rock for my sister, for my brothers. I knew I had to be the rock and get things together. And I dropped my dad's black ass off at home. He didn't want to go to the hospital. And then when I found out that, you know, there was alcohol in his car, I was like, oh, the motherfucker probably didn't eat and was drinking. And then when I got to his house, I felt drugs. Coming from someone who came from a crack house, okay? I've lived in a couple crack houses. I know what a crack house feeling feels like. And I'm calling them crack houses. It's not specifically crack. It could be any kind of drug. Definitely not the weed. But I could feel a drug house when I'm in one. I remember. So when I dropped him off, I felt druggy. Not like me, but like it was just a druggy vibe. And, you know, I looked around and I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on in this motherfucker. Like, I was cussing. Remember when I told y'all that stupid was a cuss word back then? Baby, I took it up a couple notches. I said, I don't know what the fuck is going on in this motherfucker, but we got to get this shit together. I took my dad outside and he walked outside with his head down. And I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on. But we need to get it together. But going back to what I was saying, we're all different. Not one of us is the same. So we are going to deal with things differently. Could you do it better? I guess. But like, man, imagine someone telling you to deal with your parents being on drugs when you were a kid. Deal with that better than how you're dealing with it. Huh? I mean, yeah, but huh? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, of course, there's a better way. There's a healthier way. You know, let's go to therapy. Let's move our body, work out, talk to our friends, journal. Meditate. Let's do the things. But gosh damn, nigga, if I came from a crack house, okay, if I'm telling you, I grew up in a crack house, yeah. What makes you think that meditation is gonna be my first outlet to dealing with being raised in a crack house? Be fucking for real, okay? So you may not like the way you are dealing with your trauma. I get it. I understand it. There might be healthier options. There might be more options that work better, but you got to be on your own side. Don't shame yourself through it. Don't do it. It's not helping. Learn from it. Draw inspiration from other people. Apply it, but don't put yourself down for the shit that these motherfuckers did. Nigga, I'm just dealing with this shit the only way I know how to. Drugs, alcohol. If drugs and alcohol and toxic relationships is all I saw my whole fucking life, then this might be how I deal with the drugs and alcohol, is by doing the drugs and alcohol and being in toxic relationships. Again, we could do better. We could get out of that. We could break the cycle. Yes. But we're not going to shame ourselves. What's done is done. Just remember, the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Start all over tomorrow. Start all over today. Start all over the next hour. But shaming yourself again, not the option. Let's end this episode with some affirmations. Affirmations. Thank you, Intelligent Change, for my affirmations cards. All right. We're going to shuffle and shuffle. Oh, wow. Okay. Mm. I am safe and protected here and everywhere I go. All is well. This is my favorite card. This is my favorite card. I'm going to hang this one up. Because as long as I am here, I will always be protected. Always. In all ways. Because if there is a moment, because I don't put myself in unsafe circumstances, and I'm not talking about physically unsafe. I definitely don't do that shit. If I think I'm gonna get shot again, bitch, I'm out. Yeah. Or I'm not even there to be out. But emotionally safe. I have to be emotionally safe. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that, because sometimes people will seclude themselves from other people to not face who they are. I'm not running from shit, right? If I don't fuck with you, if I don't like you, if I don't think the way you move aligns with my values, I don't need to be here. I don't. A lot of people shame Gen Z. I'm not Gen Z. I'm a millennial. A young millennial, but a millennial nonetheless. A lot of people shame Gen Z for being soft. They always have to have a safe space, people say. Shouldn't we all want a safe space? Like, they really think Gen Z's pussy for wanting to be in a safe space, for not wanting to be around people who are triggering. Why the fuck would I want to be around you when I could literally hang out with my friends and eat popsicles and watch Gossip Girl? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck would I want to be around you when I could literally be in my home where it's quiet and peaceful and respectful? Okay. You know what? We don't need to explain ourselves to the fuck nobody. If you think I'm pussy, I'm pussy. Okay? If you think I'm pussy, I'm pussy. If you think I'm weak, I'm weak. Okay? And if you think strength is constantly exposing yourself to people who don't like you, who want to hurt you, then so fucking be it. Yeah, so be it. Go do it. Go do it. This is not my fight to fight, baby. Not mine at all. So we are going to wrap this episode up. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Don't forget that I post vlogs on YouTube every Monday. It's Asia My Queen on YouTube. I also post the visuals to this podcast on YouTube as well every Thursday. Episodes drop at 6 a.m. Audio only, 10 a.m. visuals on YouTube. What else? That's it. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. This is As Your Big Sister. I'm Asia My Queen. Bye-bye.